Okay, we are live with the USFFL Wildcard round, 24-card set. Saints versus the Chicago Bears. As we get set up here. Everyone's going to need about 5 minutes to set up some things. So we will take a minute to look at squads, maybe look at the brackets for a second while they take some time. Let's see here. Scoot around the Slack messages here. The USFFL, what do we have? Very slow phone tonight. Here we go. Postseason tracker. The NFC field. Where is it? All right. Looks like we have the matchup of number 3 Saints, winners of the NFC South, and the number 6 Chicago Bears. So if you watch the preview show, you saw kind of did a bit of a dive into this matchup. 2 highly overperforming teams versus their real life record. So strong credit to the coaches for their fine work. Both 5-win teams in real life that have turned it around in real life. And while we wait, I am going to have to just take this down for a second. Oh, if it lets me. Okay, I'm back up at least. Just need to take a look at something here on Battle Royale. Pretty sure we have Jacksonville gone. Yeah, they're gone. Whoops. Okay. Fix that. And we can reshare. All right, looks like we're still waiting. How, as you look at these Saints on offense, how did they do it this year? Talked about last night, a lot of short passing, a lot of long passing. And as a result, this 5-team fumble Saints are vulnerable to fumbles. The fact is, however, that the team finished top 10 in giveaways, only 18 giveaways of the year. So able to avoid that reality of the cards that sits there for the Saints. Got to have to keep that going here if they're going to continue relying on short and long pass. That's going to be an interesting question as they face a Bears D in terms of its strengths. It's quite strong in pass defense. Best short pass, 3rd best long pass. It's rated average, I think, or average to good or something like that. But if you look at the card, that's where it falls out. Now, it doesn't count the defenders and the ratings, blah, 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 including the key injury tonight to Jalen Johnson, who is out for 3 games, according to my reports here. Let's see if my little reports are true. Yeah, 2 more weeks. So, yeah. So, this game and 2 more. And then you see the injuries there for Chicago. That's a left corner. Sorry, that is... we don't see a Dunze, do we? Okay, Dunze was supposed to be hurt. I guess he's back. First defensive back is Amadi for New Orleans. And Hergel is a guard. for New Orleans. I don't think he's a starter, though, because you see Patrick and Ruiz are lining up here. And now we have a formation. It's blocking back. It's Carr with Kamara. Facing a 4-3. Going flat to Shaheed. Going to get Shaheed for a nice gain, first down. Kamara, not the flashiest of halfbacks by any stretch. Oop, we have another player change. So we wait that. And we're back. This New Orleans wide receiver crew is the best in the league. Moreau gets 7 yards. I know it's weird to say so, but they are. Number one, nobody better than the New Orleans wide receivers in expected yards. Add up all the completions, all the yards, all the chances, put it all together. This is the best crew. So New Orleans at least has that on their side here, along with a great punt returner. 2nd and 3, flat pass for Lave. He's beautifully double teamed. Going to bring us to 3rd down and short. 3rd and 3. This Saints team all year long has been going short more than anything else. Well, only 29% of the time, but so not more than anything else, but more than the league that goes 17% of the time. So an outsized amount there. And instead they run this time, would have been done well to go short. Instead, it's a guessed right run, and it's 4th and 3. $50 yards out. Punt's going to go 37 yards on the coffin corner. So Chicago start out at their 13-yard line. So a little bit difficult field position here for Chicago starting out. It's a team that typically does really well in field position. Finished 3rd best in the league. 3 yards better than their opponents in field position throughout the course of the season. End run, Swift. Oh, starts off with a personal foul against New Orleans. New Orleans had trouble with penalties. 7 called against them per game, was 24th in the league. And now 2nd and 5. Back to DeAndre Swift. He's going to get those 5 yards. And first down out to the 43-yard line, flipping that field position is Chicago. 3 wide. Flat pass, Keenan Allen. Gains 3 yards. It's pretty good, New Orleans. Pretty good, New Orleans flat pass card. Actually, quite good. That's rated, if you look at it all up, 2nd best in the league. See no completions on 5 or 6 is what really helps them out. Caleb Williams, in terms of flat passers, 31st in the league in flat passing. So something you kind of let him do against this New Orleans D. End run, guessed right. Still 5 yards for Swift. Missed a bunch of negatives out there. 3rd and 2. Out towards midfield. back to Swift. We have a holding against Chicago. Finished 12th in the league in penalties called against them. At 6.4. Now going to push him back to a third and very long. Chicago found a way in these third and long situations, converting 16% of the time during the regular season. Good for 8th in the league. This is a short pass to the double team commit. So it might be in that 82% range. Yeah, there it is. Incomplete. 4th and 12. And we'll see another punt. These teams were not shining stars in terms of scoring, but an opportunity here for New Orleans with a great punt returner, not going to get it. Pettis has it, not Shaheed. Shaheed has the touchdown on 4. Pettis does not. Does he roll a 4 here? The great insult? He does not. He fumbles. It's going to be picked up by the offense, though. Ball sprouted forward 5 yards up the field, and that will put New Orleans at the 7. Let it bounce and hit that 2 roll. First down. And you would let it bounce there from the 2, of course. It would have been Pettis' big gain, whatever that is. If he would have returned it. I think as long as 53. Off tackle, Taysom Hill, 15 yards. So a nice pickup there on the Chicago run cards. Talked about how good their pass defense is for Chicago. Run defense quite leaky. 28th in line buck, 29th in off tackle, 25th in end run. So you want to run against this squad. There's another 5 yards. Back to Taysom. He's going to pick up 3, but Taysom is going to be out for a little while. He's going to miss the rest of this game and next week as well. He's a pretty effective runner. I mean, he's had better cards in his history, I can tell you. But for this team with some kind of iffy runners, he's one of the better ones. Long pass, Shaheed, incomplete on that great receiver card. Does not come through. Long gain on 7. Don't see that very much these days. 4th and 2. That's what you want if you're New Orleans. Got what they're looking for. Just couldn't cash it in. Now, from the 19 is DeAndre Carter. He goes 7 yards. Short pass, Rome Odunze, who was in the game, and he catches on his card for 12, up to the 38. So we're talking about the scoring problems here for these teams. Chicago finished 28th in the league at 21.3 per game. New Orleans finished 24th in the league at 22.9. While the defenses were both top 10. Off tackle Swift loses 2. So we should see, if everything holds up as we saw over 17 games, we should see a pretty low-scoring affair. Let's see if they'd face each other in the regular season. Does not look like it. Nope. Did not square off. As we have a double team reception for Caleb Williams. Makes it 3rd and 2. Caleb Williams had a so-so year. Just a 78 passer rating. Guessed right run. Just gains a yard. Going to be 4th and 1. From their own 47. Chicago, a team that's middle of the pack and going for it on 4th downs. And what feels like a defensive game, they're going to go for it anyway. Boy, it feels like a field position sort of game, right? Which Chicago likes to play. They're going to go for it here. They're on this 4th and 1. 54% success for the defense, and they get it again. Loss of 2. New Orleans takes over with good field position. Yeah, 54% in the regular season was this defense. 67% was the offense, and the defense wins it out. Off tackle, Kamara going to get 5. Second and 5 now. Flat pass got strong. Juwan Johnson gets 15. Into field goal range goes New Orleans. First and 10, Keandre Miller checks in as your back. Let's take a look at Keandre. Gets 33 there. Does it count? I think it does. They're going to let us look. No, just gets 17. Cap due to actual rush. Would have been in the end zone. Instead, it's first and goal from the 8. Would Kamara have gotten us there? No. He'd have been short too. I think. Barely. No, he just got in. The nose of the ball would have gotten in. So instead, second and goal from the 9. New Orleans ran on first and goal. Something they did not do often. Now Jordan Mims, the Fresno State product, checks in. Short pass, Shaheed gets strong and complete on Chicago's cards. Opportunity lost for the Saints here. Scored a TD 65% of the time in the red zone this year. 13th in the league. Trying to keep it up. Short pass, 4-man in zone. Going to be 2 yards short. Fourth and goal from the 2. Decision time for the Saints. Bears carry great defensive cards. They're going to kick. Group A's on for this short one. And he makes it on 2 through 11. He hits the 10. Possession now for Chicago. Good field position out to the 41. New Orleans comes up with points, and they usually do. 94% of the time they got points when they entered the red zone this year. Good for 6th in the league. Double teamed. DJ Moore. Caleb Williams looking for a dump off. Finds it. Can he get yards? He can. Good enough. 2nd and 3. 3 versus a 2, a 24% chance does not come up. Penalty here. Makes it 3rd and 13. Intentional grounding. So that hurts. After a good first down play, gain of 7. Chicago goes backwards here as we tick down in the first quarter. Down 3-0, facing a 3rd and long. Short pass, Keenan Allen. He's up against the 4. Incomplete. This time, the Bears will punt. $52 yards. Pettis again from the 10. Avoiding Shaheed so far. Gets the 8 roll. Didn't matter who the returner was in that case. 1st and 10 for the Saints out to the 20 as the first quarter concludes with the Saints leading 3-0. Flat pass, Kamara going to get 7 yards guessed right if there's no penalty. It holds up. 2nd and 3. Second and 3 now. This Chicago defense is one where the coach will call run 28% of the time, which is 9th highest in the league. And there you see a guest run opportunity for the Saints when they go short. And Shahid's big card avoids a long gain, but gets 16 instead, out to the 43. So we talk about the number one expected yards in the set. These wide receivers, you're seeing it there. 16 yards is a modest gain for Shahid. Guessed wrong. It sort of gives equal weight to catches and yards. Kamara, going to get nothing there. Billings makes the play on the 4 white die. And we have 2nd and 10. Six yards. Brings a 3rd and 4 to the 49. So good field position, at least locked in for New Orleans here in the field position battle. Got to convert a 3rd and 4. Not the easiest chore here for these backs. Gets a first down on a short pass. Stepping away for just a second. It looks like I missed another first down throw. New Orleans on marching here into Chicago territory. First and 10 to the 14. On a 15-yard catch by Olave. Flat pass now to Juwan Johnson. Hits it for 5 yards. Gets to the 9-yard line, so difficult territory here. Needing 5 yards. Flat pass not an option. Blitz coming. And you see the blitz matchups there. Pretty good offensive line, but also pretty good pass rush. Short pass, there's the sacks, and the fumble die does not come up. Carr holds onto the ball. 3rd and 10. Going to Scantlin. He's going to get 13. Is that enough for the penalty? No! Holding against New Orleans. Going to wipe the 6 points off the board. 3rd and 20 now from the 24 for these Saints. Kicker's a bit above average in this spot, 31 to 36 versus league average of 28. If this field position holds up, gets a boost to 33 out of 36 if he gets a couple yards. It's a draw. Kamara's going to get 15 of it back. So 4th and 5 from the 9. Got to kick it. Does. Group is on. It's good. However, there's a hold. So let's do it again. 33 of 36. So 2 through 10, I think that means. And he missed it on the 11. Costly penalty for New Orleans. Chicago takes over just down 3. So 2 big turnovers so far. 1 turnover on downs by Chicago at midfield. And then this missed field goal is essentially a turnover. Coming up empty, we talked about how rare it is for these Saints to be scoreless in the red zone trips. But big 2 through 10 miss there. keeps the score at 3-0 and just 4 yards there for Swift on the 2 roll, which is, of course, is going to tempt us to look at this home team's off tackle, which is just 5 yards. So they don't have that plus 30 or plus 33 there like many do. Only would have got big yards on the end run. Short pass, Keenan Allen. Incomplete. On the Saints pass D cards, which also look pretty clean. Yeah. Saints have the second best short pass card, while the Bears have the first. Looking pass. Cole Kmet, nobody home. Opportunity on this 3rd and 6. Gonna get it 8 yards. 1st and 10 up to the 38. Chicago doesn't do anything out of the ordinary on first downs, within 10 percentage points of the league on every potential play calling option. Goes short pass here. Guessed wrong to DJ Moore. Opportunity falls incomplete with 4 men in zone. Would have had a receiver chance deep. 2nd and 10. Chicago likes to go deep. 7th in the league. Going long. In terms of total play calls, 7% of the time. When they pass, it's 12% of the time. Off tackle Swift. Does he get help? He does not. Look to DJ Moore. Going left. Would have gone right. Cole Kmet would have made the block. So now it's another 3rd and long for Chicago. 6:18 left in the first half. Down 3-0 from their own 40. Having trouble getting out on their own side of the field here. End run to Caleb. Can he get some yards? No. Hits the guest right. 1 white die. Would have been a short gain if he would have been too tight. Now 4th and 8. Contain probably would have come into play, particularly those New Orleans linebackers. So probably would have been a 4th and 1. Now looking at 4th and 8, you got a punt here, no? 3-0, you're staying in it. You're going to serve up a field goal for him? Can't. Are we stuck? Could be. Let's see here. No new game number. So it could just be us. In which case, we're just going to back out, go back in. It seems like we're stuck. All right, stand by, everybody. We will look for a new game number here shortly. It looks like Dan is serving it up right now for us. Here we go. And we had a punt. And New Orleans will have the ball at their own 11. 6 minutes left in the half. I believe Saints had the ball first to start the game. We await the formation to make sure we're actually on track here. Not going to believe it till I see that. Doesn't look good, everybody. We'll back out again. Somebody else going in and out, in and out, in and out. We don't have a game here. Let's see if the spectator sticks around. If they stick around for more than a minute, then we're going to back out and go back in ourselves. No word from the teams. Here we go. Another game number coming. So we'll back out of our game here. Get ready for this new game number. Slipped on the old mouse. Try again. There we go. Please don't tell me you're going to repunt. And I see a pro set offensive form. This can't be right. A game that has been mired with about a 2.5 hour power outage delay. We're hitting some delays here. You get spotty internet sometimes after power outages. It happens. Might be what we're seeing right now. So we'll back out again if we can. And come up with another number. All right, we'll plug that number in, see if we have better luck this time. We've been connecting. Who gets hosed? How does anybody get hosed? All right, I have to send something out on this. Flat pass Kamara gets 12 yards. Don't know what happened. We'll take a look. 12 yards there. So what happened? How did we get here? A punt that was bad. Once was at the 11. So he repunted instead of taking the ball at the 11, which we all had saved. We had it. All of us had that saved at the 11-yard line. Could have very easily fed that to both coaches, and they would have started at the 11, and nobody would have been hosed in the playoffs. Wouldn't that have been nice? It's nice not to get hosed when it's avoidable. 1st and 20. Flat pass, Juwan Johnson. Gets 5 yards. 2nd and 15 from the 33. So, sorry, just put the screen back up here. The Saints started out their own 48, not their own 11, I guess because of a bad punt that they replayed when there was a good punt the first time. 3rd and 7 now from the 25. Flat pass, Juwan Johnson. Gonna get those 11 yards in the first down. First and 10 for the 14. Kamara gets 10 on a short gain to the 4-yard line. And this 1st and goal. Keandre Miller in. Castron going to get 3 to the 1-yard line. Keandre could not quite get there. 3rd and rush attempt, an average of 3.8. 2nd and goal from the 1. Full house. Jamal Williams checks in. It's a linebacker to Kamara. He's in. Touchdown, New Orleans with the short field. It's 9-0. Kickoff return to the 33. Check that. 35. Somehow. No, 33. Okay. That makes sense. 137 left in the half. And we're on to Swift. Gets 5. You're not going out of bounds. Goes 3 wide here. 1:15 left. Back down to Swift. Trying to avoid that 1 on the white die. Does so. Gets 8 plus 15 more. So Chicago put themselves into the plus territory, I think, for the first time tonight. Haven't spent much time in there, if at all. Caleb Williams now, the quarterback, getting the chance. Gets 5 yards. Could knock it out of bounds. Chicago might use timeout. They do. 2 left. Kicker goes out to the 40-yard line, where he hits on 27-36. Tackle. DeAndre Swift. Going to get 17 facing that nickel D. So into the red zone goes Chicago here. Chance to close the gap. Certainly get it down to 1 score with any points on the board. It's 24th in the league in coming up empty. 15% of the time. Flat pass, a double team DJ Moore. Risk here to come up empty, incomplete. Got the 6 white die. But 2 men in zone. 2nd and 10. Short pass to a not double team Keenan Allen. 4 men in zone, though. 12 yards, finds the completion on Caleb's card. 1st and goal from the 5. Time is a issue. He can't really run up the gut 3 times. That's for darn sure. So, got to keep to the outside with no timeouts here. Keep to the outside or short passes. Those are your 2 options here. Goes up the gut 1 time, looking for those 5 yards. Loses a yard because he went 3 wide. Tough spot now. Going to give up a down. So now facing 3rd and 6. Would have been plus 3. So the 3 wide didn't cost him a touchdown at least not yet. 3rd and goal from the 6. Adunze, pressure coming. Can't find it. Quickly now to 4th down. Chicago going to try to remove the goose egg from the scoreboard. Cairo Santos is on and hits 10-3. 8 seconds left. Touchback. We saw some lunacy at the end of the half of the first playoff game last night when Cincinnati returned a kickoff for a touchdown with 1 second left in the half. 3 wide versus 3-2-6. You can do some look-in passes to Shaheed, try to get strong column, that sort of thing, because long gains are all over that. That's what I'd be looking to do here. Instead goes deep, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Would have had the receiver card guessed wrong there, and you see that long gain on 4. Taking a knee. We'll head to the half. It's 10-3 New Orleans. Chicago will take the ball in 3rd quarter. Take a quick look at the box score here. 228 for New Orleans. Derek Carr, good first half. Caleb Williams, not so much. 77% versus 42. Starting 3 wide. 3 wide has not helped Chicago's cause so far today. White die has come up one couple occasions. Long pass, DJ Moore. 1 man back there. Plenty pass rush coming. Incomplete on Caleb's card. Second and 10, short pass, Cole Kmet. Gets right, 4-man in zone. Gets the dump off. He gets a long gain, 44. Who's it going to? He gets all 44 from DJ Moore to the New Orleans 26-yard line. 1st and 10. Quick, effective start for these Bears. Trying to tie this game up. It's 44 yards on the long gain away, column 6. Got strong to Cole Kmet, 12 yards to the 14. Sticks 3 wide. Badunze is not double teamed. 4-man in zone. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Caleb's interceptions on 12. Payoff there on the 11 roll. Chicago finished 7th in the league in interceptions. 7th best. Make that 9 yards. Brings up a 3rd and 1 now from the 5-yard line. Full house in. Gerald Everett is your fullback. Diminutive one at that. Linebacker Caleb Williams. He's keyed and is stopped for no gain, but a flagrant face mask makes it 1st and goal from the 2. Chicago prefers the off tackle in this spot about 36% of the time. League is just at 17. There you see the off tackle, and he gets it. Touchdown. (10-9). Santos on for the extra point. He hit 100% in the regular season. Hits it here. Despite being 2 through 11. Hit them all. And we have a new game, tied at 10. New Orleans gets the ball at the 29-yard line. And here come the Saints. So nice looking comeback here for Chicago. Flat pass. Juwan Johnson does not fumble on that big fumble rating. See that 5 fumble rating showing up there. 2nd and 5. It's a scary thing. Teams that played in a lot of one-score games, they're used to it. Flat pass, Juwan Johnson going to get another 5. 1st down. New Orleans an incredible 10-3 in one-score games so far this year, well, throughout the entirety of the regular season, which was the most one-score games in the league at 13. The win percentage was good for 8th best. But nobody played more one-score games than these guys, so they know how to play in tight ones. Going to be 3rd and 2 here from the 47. If New Orleans was number one in quantity of one-score games, who was second in the league? Well, that second team in the league were the Chicago Bears, who finished 7-5 in 12 one-score games. 3rd and 2. Blocking back formation. Looking past Kamara, incomplete. Decision now for New Orleans. From their own 47, they quickly decide to punt. 28th in the league and 4th down conversion attempts are the Saints. So they don't mind punting. There's DeAndre Carter from the 26-yard line. It looked like the coffin corner kick. Yes, it was. 7-yard return. Good field position for Chicago. Out to the 33. You see that big hole there? It's DJ Moore. It would be DJ Moore against Jalen Johnson. No, sorry. That's always going to be a 0. Wrong team. 15 yards on first down to Swift. Yeah, it's always a 0 out there. That is starter Alontae Taylor. No injury there. Kool-Aid McKinstry, your rookie, is a 4. Flat pass, Gerald Everett. A 4 is there, guessed right. Incomplete. Oh, almost intercepted. 2nd and 10. Line buck to DeAndre. Can you get another 15? I think he can. Yes. Hits the double boxes again. 1st and 10 now at the New Orleans 37. Linebuck DeAndre Swift against that 0. And another 15. Swift tearing apart the Saints' run defense. Saints struggled in a lot of run defensive categories here. 5.3 yards per carry was 26th in the league. 146 yards per game was 27th in the league. Another 3 yards from Swift, this time guessed right. 2nd and 7 now into the red zone. Chicago is down 10-0, looking to take the lead here. Flat pass to Dunze. He's doubled up by Honey Badger, incomplete on the 6-7 roll. 3rd and 7. The one's trying to get off the field. Finished 7th in the league in defensive 3rd down conversions from this range. 24%. DeAndre Swift looking for 7 yards. Can't get it. It's the one white die. 4th and 4. Santos on to give Chicago the lead. His kick is good. 13-10 Chicago. Saints will start off at the 30. 2 great seasons here between these two squads. Difficult to see either of them end it in the first round of the playoffs, given the storybook years that they've had. One of them, though, will have to go home. Right now, Chicago has the edge. Blocking back versus 4-3. Off tackle Kamara going to get a chunky 7 yards. Nice roll for him. 2nd and 3. Blocking back again. Long pass. Shaheed. Nobody back there. Incomplete. Oh, my. Opportunity. So you see these 2 zeros. Yeah, that's one of those would be occupied by Jalen Johnson, who's a 6. Not sure which one the starter is. Off tackle. Kamara, short gain for 15. Boy, a lot of other backs would go a lot longer than that, but you'll take it if you're the Saints into Chicago territory at the 48. Flat pass, Juwan Johnson. There's a man there. He's a 0. Going to get 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Off tackle. Kamara hits it for 24. One of his longest runs, if not his longest, into the red zone. New Orleans striking right back here as the offense is open up in the second half. 11 yards, get strong to the 8. First and goal. Orleans has been running in these spots late in this game, but he's a big passer in the regular season. Short pass to the halfback, Mims, incomplete. Second and goal from the 8. Find it hard to believe you're going to be able to run it in on two downs and get 8 yards. Short pass, Kamara, incomplete, finds the hole in the 3 men. Goes shotgun, so can you get 8 yards on Kamara's card? Right there is your 4 and 9. Are your best shots in the middle of the card. Goes short, incomplete to Olave. And the Bears hold. Group A on for the kick. It's good this time. Missed a shorty earlier. We are tied at 13. 54 seconds left third quarter. Big return ain't so big. Just 36 yards for Tyler Scott. But good field position nonetheless at the 42-yard line for the Bears. Three wide. Up against the 3-3-5. Rashawn Johnson. He takes it up the middle. But a hold against Chicago slows down this runaway run train that's up with the Bears right up the gut against against this New Orleans D. Slows them down. 1st and 20 at their own 32. Chicago goes short and long in these spots. Going short. Guessed wrong. 15 yards back. 2nd and 5. Flat pass. Double teamed. Incomplete. Nice call there. 3rd and 5. Nobody double teamed this year more than this team. And this time an incorrect double team. DJ Moore, nobody back there. Opportunity, it's picked off. Possible penalty. Alontae Taylor at the 21-yard line. Gets 14 yards. Holding against Chicago is going to be declined. New Orleans will get the ball back here at their own 35. Blocking back formation versus 3-3-5. Inviting the run. At least via the formations. Could be a ruse. So let's see here. Off tackle, guessed wrong. Opportunity, gonna get nothing. No, 6 yards. Could not make the play. 0 at the nose. 2nd and 4. Andre Miller going to get 5 more. First down up to 46. Sticking with the 3-3-5 at Chicago. Flat pass Kamara, 5 yards. Now back to the 4-3 for the Bears. 12:36 left, fourth quarter. Short pass gets wrong. Shaheed gets 14. Up to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Look in. Kamara. Going to get 8 yards with his good yak. 2nd and 2. Linebucker. Going to get 4 yards if it holds up. Face mask. Going to add 15 more to it. They're going to be down to the 11-yard line. 1st and 10. Saints. Happy to not be at the 9-yard line for the. Seems like they've been living there. More options now on this first down. Goes flat, takes advantage of it, but can't get the completion. 2nd and 10 from the 11. Gets 7 yards there. Nicely done. On 2nd down. 3rd and 3 from the 4. Lots of options here for this Saints offense. Taking advantage of the fact they're at the 11. The linebackers were not pulled up and get 7 yards as a result with 0 linebackers in zone. And it's incomplete. Had a guessed right short pass. Group A on for the short field goal. 2 through 11. It is good. Possible penalty. Holding. Going to push him back out to 2 through 10 range, where he's missed once already today. 2nd time up, and good. Possible penalty. Waved off. I think, yes. 16-13 Saints. 9:36 left. Again, these teams are used to close games. Chicago used to tough opponents as well. They put together their 11-6 record despite having the 6th toughest schedule in the league. In contrast to New Orleans, finished 24th. 27 in strength of schedule. Gets 5 yards on first down. This time the boxes do not hit the Saints. 2nd and 5. And run guessed wrong. Out of the 3 wide, looking to avoid that 1 white die. He does so, and it's 39 yards. DeAndre Swift would have lost 4 on the 1 white die, but gets the 3 and quickly to the New Orleans 26-yard line. The Bears are in business. Flat pass to a double team. DJ Moore. Incomplete. DJ Moore, Pro Bowl selection for the Chicago Bears. 1 of 2. The other one, Jalen Johnson, the 2nd Pro Bowl selection, again is injured today, the 6th cornerback. Long pass, Komet. Nobody back there. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. Kicker just slightly above average from this range. Long pass to Dunze. One man back. He's up against a 0. Gets sacked. Fumbles. Picked up by the Saints D. We talked about the New Orleans fumble being a 5. Well, the Chicago's 4. So you get sacked, you're going to get the same problems. Flat pass Kamara, 5 yards. It was Cameron Jordan coming in on just an 18% chance. Hits the 3 roll right here. Right there. And that is what cost Chicago a chance to tie this game now that we're more than halfway through the fourth quarter. Flat pass, Foster Moreau. 2 men there, complete for 7 yards. Good defensive call by Coach Martin. Could not get the dice to cooperate. 1st and 10 for the Saints. Out at midfield here, their own 49. Short pass. Sacked. Sanborn is in. Can't get the fumble reading, though. 2nd and 17. Off tackle Kamara for 3 more. Chicago will last in the league in protection. 41% of their sacks get through when there's a contest, but that wasn't one of those that's representative of that number. Again, it was a slight chance for the sack fumble, and dice simply cooperated for the Saints that time. Flat pass, Kamara, nobody home, incomplete. The guest wrong on his card. Had everything he wanted. Nobody home, no coverage, but no yards. 4th and 14. Gonna have to punt it away. 55 yards out. Hayball looking for 47 or so. A little bit short of there. To the 12-yard line, DeAndre Carter can return it. He fumbles. It's picked up by the Saints. Oh, my. That's tough to see. That's tough to see. This time hosed by the dice as opposed to other things. The Bears are now in a tough spot. First and 10 again from the 11. Good spot. Short pass, Shaheed. 4 men in zone looking for that pick. Can they get it? It's a dump off. Gonna be a touchdown. In all likelihood, yes, indeed. Kamara is the catcher of the 11-yard pass from Derek Carr, and it's 22-13 with 4:30 left. Group A on for the extra point. Game is far from over, but that hurts if you are the Bears. Now you're down 10. You're facing the number 1 double teamer in the league, which, can create opportunities if it's the wrong double team. Let's see what happens here. 3 wide. Here's a long pass. Straight away now to Keenan Allen. Man is back. Up against 4s all around. Looking for the defensive card. Going to get a dump off. This time Cameron Jordan can't get in. 10 yards. Didn't miss by much. 26 roll versus 18. Three wide. 3:36 left. Long pass, Cole Kmet. 1 man back. Another opportunity, really incomplete. Got the 9 roll, but the white die did not help out. 2nd and 10. And run Swift. 44 yards. Gets every bit of it. Hits the snake eyes. big roll to the 13. And there's life in Chicago. All 3 timeouts. Would love to score a little bit before the warning. Short pass, Keenan Allen trying to get it done right now from 13 yards out. Gets it 13 yards. Touchdown. 23-19. Santos on for the extra point. Now you can definitely kick straight away, especially if he makes the extra point, which he does. So definitely can kick straight away here if you so desire. And you should desire it, I would say. And he does, and he gets a good kick. 26-yard line. It's better than the 30. The turn does take a tick off the clock, but still it didn't take him to the warning, so that's pretty good news. Should be, depends on what down New Orleans gets a first down, but you should have maybe even 2 first downs that New Orleans needs to seal away the game instead of 1. Again, depends. If they get a 3rd and 1, that's different. It's a look-in pass and gets 11 yards. So that first down, it's almost better than 9 yards. You can take it to the warning and have your timeouts. You can start using them now, whatever you wish to do. Takes it to the warning, 1st and 10. Now it's a do-over for the Bears. Got to get it right now. Off tackle. An important 5 yards. Makes it 2nd and 5. Blocking back versus 4-3. Off tackle, guessed wrong. 2 yards. Here we go. 3rd and 3. This is the ball game, pretty much the ball game. Yes. Yes, it is. Off tackle. Kamara can't get it. Chicago has life. They'll be getting the ball back down just a field goal. 56 yards out. Good punting position for the Saints. Looking for a 49-yard punt. Goes for 45. Possible. Yeah. We have an offsides against New Orleans. So not against Chicago, the offside. So we can get the ball at the 26. That's what you'll do. You don't want to force them to run another play or run off more clock. So Chicago will start out 1st and 10. Target line is the 37, so no extra leg here from Santos. 3 wide, long pass, Keenan Allen, just one man back. Can he get the defensive guard roll he needs? Suspense. Dump off. Possible penalty. Short gain 13. Does it hold up? It does. Out of bounds. Which is really important right here. It had to not be a look-in dump off, and then it had to get out of bounds. Both those things happened for the Bears. 1st and 10 now from their 39. End run DeAndre. Holding against Chicago. They'll accept that penalty. Pushes them back to the 29. Starting over. A little bit worse than starting over now that it's 1st and 20. Goes from the shotgun, pistol. So end run is out, except for Caleb. So you might see some Caleb end runs here. That's what I would expect to see. He's got a lot of them left. Doesn't he? 3, yeah. I'd love to see him go for the 2 tight and see if he can draw the 3-2-6 out of the 2 tight. Or the 3 wide 2. Even better. Instead, you're going to risk this 1 white die when you run an end run to Caleb in this spot. Take a look at Caleb's end run column. There you go. Oh. User dropped. I'm going to save this game. It should be exactly as we see it right here. Formation choices are in, for example. Always manually save, guys. Never a bad idea to do a snip, too. This takes literally 1 second. Well, 3 to 4 seconds. So you remember where you are. Okay. 3Y326. That's where we were. That's good news. However, the user dropped. Okay. Looks good. Looks right. Like to see that. Looking past DeAndre Swift. Nobody's home. Opportunity for DeAndre. Gets 23. They'll spike it here, most likely. I don't know. Let's see. Hurry up is 52. Yeah, he'll preserve the down here with 52 seconds left. Sure. 1st and 10. Probably last time you'll do that, but that's worth it, I would say, in this spot. No doubt. Not in field goal range yet. Need the downs. Short pass. Cole Kmet. 4 men in zone. One major blitzer coming. Offsides against Chicago. Pushes them back to their own 47 now. 1st and 15. Looking past DeAndre Swift. $19 big ones. The Yak puts Chicago into field goal range. At the 34, they spiked it. So it's 2nd and 10. And run Caleb. Looking to avoid that one white tie. He avoided and get 17. 1st down. Now they're thinking possible touchdown, and he gets out of bounds. Chicago in a chance to win it here. Goes 3 wide again. And run DeAndre. 6 yards. 2nd and 4. He got out of bounds. 22 seconds left. Short pass DJ Moore for the lead. Incomplete. 3rd and 4. 4 men in zone. Save the day. And he's going to kick it on 3rd and 4. And he hits it. Yeah, because you couldn't spike it. You couldn't spike there on 4th down. So, yeah, had to do it. I get it. I get it. Touchback. We will be heading to overtime, barring a miracle here. We see 3 wide. I'd be going to look into Shaheed. and hoping he can do some damage. But I think Carr has a pretty decent long pass completion, doesn't he? It makes you think twice about it if that's true, and he does. Just gets 8 yards, though, on that flat pass to Kamara. 2nd and 2 with 1 second left. They'll take a timeout and go for it. Long pass opens up the possibility of a pass interference. Gets picked by Gordon. Chicago trying to return it a long way. They don't have a touchdown there. And we go to overtime again for the second time. We are actually 3 for 3 in postseason overtimes in the USFFL when you count the Carolina New York Giants Coach of the Year game that occurred last night. So another overtime battle. Free football here. Well, that's all free. So more free football. And New Orleans starts off with the ball. Touchdown ends it. Field goal does not. Olave gets 11 first down. Stays blocking back. Off tackle Kamara. Going to get 5. 2nd and 5. Second and short. Off tackle Kamara. Going to get another 5. No, he stopped this time. The 4 makes the play. 3rd and 5 coming up now for the Saints. Like to go in the flat here. Instead, it's a draw. Is he going to get it? It'd be a yard short. Is Tremaine Edwards going to make the play? Decision time for the Saints. They can pin him. They decide not to pin. Saints, 28th in the league, going forward on 4th down. And when they go, they convert 53% of the time. 17th in the league. This is a team that likes to call run here. Looking past Olave, they call pass. He gets it on the yak. First down for the Saints up to the Chicago 39. The Chicago Bears were last in the league in guessing right in 4th and short. Long pass gets a must run. Isn't that interesting? They do a good job of stopping people on 4th and short, but they don't guess right when they do it. This time they guessed right and they couldn't stop them. Isn't that always the way? 2nd and 4 from the Chicago 33. Incomplete. Blocking back formation. Short pass. Shaheed gets it for 11. Clutch play there. New Orleans thinking about victory here. 22 yards out from it. Short pass Olave. 14 more. Down to the 8. They're a short pass away from walking it off here in New Orleans. Blocking back formation against a 4-3 blitz. It's a short pass. Moreau incomplete. Whiffed on a 48% chance sack. 58 came up. That would have been a timely sack fumble if you're the Bears. 2nd and goal now from the 8. Another shot at it for the Saints to walk it off. Blocking back versus 4-3 blitz. Short pass Olave. He's double teamed. Possible penalty. It's a pass interference against Chicago. 1st and goal from the 1. Saints a yard away. Tough call there. Full house. Williams and Kamara along with Carr. Prentice joins as well. They go in line book. They are. Guessed wrong. Williams is in. New Orleans. 29-23, and the game's not over. The game's not over. So I replayed this yesterday, and the game ended. It might have been this exact game, by the way. In the postseason, loaded up the pre-file, and it ended. So we've got zaniness here. As always, Strat keeps the mystery alive, and that's really where you chalk it up to. Long pass to Dunze. Hits the 7, but it goes to the offensive card. 8-yard gain. Fascinating. I mean, all you can just Strat keeps the mystery alive, and that's what we all have to live with. I mean, you can go in, you can test it, you can kind of verify one thing, and then something else happens. So, that's just the way it's going to go sometimes when you're playing this game. 1st and 10 after the 5-yard neutral zone infraction. Chicago has to score a touchdown to stay alive. It's a long pass. Guessed wrong. Huge opportunity for the Bears. Incomplete. Second and 10. Short pass, Keenan Allen. Guessed right, not double teamed. Gonna get a dump off, looking for yards. Can't find him. 3rd and 10. Three wide. End run Caleb. Looking to avoid the one white die. You got a short gain. That's going to count on the defensive card. Wow. 13 yards. The Bears are alive to the New Orleans 43. Three wide versus nickel. End run, DeAndre gets 6 yards on the 2 white dice, 2nd and 4. That's a good starter to the series of downs. So these low-scoring teams end up scoring 53 points so far. Long pass, DJ Moore looking to tie it up. Come close. Hits a long gain down to the 7. Wow. 1st and goal. Saw them stick to tendencies with an off tackle last time. Let's see what happens this time. I don't know. I'm not so sure. Yeah, go short pass. Swift, 4-man in zone. Incomplete. Around a sea of completions, they find the blank. 2nd and goal from the 7. Would it have been a must run? No. And run guessed right. Caleb could lose some big ones if it goes to his card. It does. Loss of 8. 3rd and goal from the 15. Huge call by Coach Dead, sir. Has put the odds in New Orleans' favor here, but 2 downs to get 15 certainly can be done against all these zeros. Nothing you can do in certain spots. Short pass, Komet looking for 15. Gets 13. Down to the 2. 4th and goal. Here's the ball game. New Orleans has the lead, and if they stop them, they win. If not, we play on. It's Swift and Johnson with Gerald Everett. It's an end run to Swift. Nobody's over there. Guessed wrong. He's in. Touchdown. Would have been a loss of 4. Guessed right. Extra point or 2. What are we going to do here? Mike Martin thinking about it. And it looks like Chicago is... Nope, they're doing 1. Santos, he misses on 12. Just roll the 12. This time it's 6, and we continue on. Chicago had only attempted 1 2-point conversion all year long, and they made it. And now we have a big return for Jermaine Jackson. Not that Jermaine Jackson. But the other Jermaine Jackson has a 42-yard return that puts the next score does win at this point, or so we're led to believe. And Jermaine Jackson gets them in great position. Wow. Huge return from Jermaine. Second and 10 from the 49 after a great pass break up by Kyler Gordon. Off tackle, Kamara. 5 yards, 3rd and 5. And they take advantage of this field position. Three wide versus nickel. We await the play call. Flat pass, Kamara. Nobody's home. 9 yards, 1st down for the Saints. Resulted in guess wrong with nobody there. Would have been 7 yards anyway. Off tackle, Kamara for another 4. So well into field goal range here. Saints can walk it off with the made field goal. Min snap fumble for Carr. Min fumble for Kamara. Kicker deep is 27 out of 36. That's where we sit right now. Upgrades to 31 with a couple more yards. Flat pass, Juwan Johnson, going to get 10 more. And now the Saints can smell victory. Blocking back. Versus 3-4. Kamara is fatigued. Doesn't increase his fumble, though. Goes off tackle to him. Going to get some yards here. 8 yards. Fuaga, the rookie, makes the block. 2nd and 2. Looking pass to a double team. Delare looking for the interception. Can't get it. 3rd and 2. He's already missed one from this range today, where he's 33 of 36. Blocking back versus 3-4. Kamara gets the line buck, and he gets down to the 3-yard line. 35 out of 36 here. Better than his extra point. I guess it's the 4-yard line because he loses the yard for fatigue. Let's see if the Saints line it up to win it. They don't. They're going to go for yards here. And gets 2 with Kamara. Despite being keyed, brought up to a 9.0 on the fumble, though, because he's a min fumbler. So it didn't affect it much. Got the 685 roll on the fumble. Second and goal from the 2. Stays full house. Linebacker Carr, he's in. That should do it. It does. Game over. Saints advance. An epic playoff game. 66 points for these teams that are toward the bottom of the league in scoring. These great playoffs continue. We'll put the offer out there. See if these folks would like to join during this playoff run. Don't see that the message went through, but I trust that it did. A little bit wonky. Definitely put the message in there. So we'll see if we get anybody coming in. And while we wait, we will take a look at the box score. We had 1,000 yards of offense, exactly 1,000, with Chicago with a yards per play advantage of 1 yard per play. Pretty interesting there. Lost 2 fumbles to the Bears. Time possession massively in favor of the Saints. Wow, 44 minutes of possession. This is a team that finished 30th in the league in time of possession during the regular season. And flip that. They're facing the team that had held the ball the 7th most. And the Saints flipped that right on its head. Carr evened out a little bit in the second half. Cal Williams came up a little bit. 209 yards from Swift. Wow, big game from DeAndre. Kamara, though, didn't quite match him, but did a great job. 27 carries, 158 yards. No 100-yard receivers, but you see 10 catches from both Kamara and from Juwan Johnson. Okay, one last look here. I don't see anybody joining. Well, we'll sign off there then. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you soon on another playoff broadcast.